What's going on, guys? Skyliner Productions here, and today I'm going to be telling you how to get top 10% very easily in the brand new limited events I'm Simply Irresistible and Well Aren't You a Lucky Duck in order to unlock Minnie and Daisy very easily. As you can see in the Minnie Mouse event, I'm currently 142nd in the world with a time of 132.9 and very comfortably in the top 10%. And as you can see, you get a ton of amazing rewards for this, including a cart skin, custom wheels, and 35 Minnie Mouse shards. And same thing in the Well Aren't You a Lucky Duck event, I'm comfortably in the top 10%, 190th in the world with a time of 157.2, and getting all of these awesome rewards, including 35 Daisy Duck shards. And in this video, I'm going to easily tell you how you can do this too by taking a look at my personal best times and exactly how I did it. If you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe because it helps me out a ton and I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start things off with the Minnie event. Now, the most important thing about both these events is to fill your boost bar and maintain it as fast as possible. And as you can see at the start, because Minnie is a brawler, I side bash someone really quickly to instantly fill my boost bar and start boosting immediately. And I'm going to try and keep that boost bar full for the entire rest of the race by drifting, hitting boost pads, stunning people, and using Minnie's unique ability. Now, here at this section, you're going to want to hop over to the right and get on those grind rails. That is a really important shortcut you need to take. I'm sure most people are taking it, but it is really important and just something I want to note. I stun someone right before the boost pad where I can fill up my boost bar again, and having boost while on these bouncy pads is really important. Now, when you get into this tunnel, you're going to want to hug the left side and go sort of up this ramp, and your cart should get lifted off the ground for a second. That's completely normal and it is much faster. I know the right side of the tunnel looks tempting because of all of the boost pads and skills there are, but it is much better to go to the left, trust me. Now, when it comes to using Minnie's unique skill, honestly, it really doesn't matter whether you use the charged or the normal activation. I personally like the charged a little bit more because you do get the shield along with the boost, but it really doesn't matter which one you use. Again, heading into the second lap, I'm going to be hugging the grind rail on the right, trying to stick to it. I actually get stunned here, and I still have a really good time, so that just goes to show you can make mistakes. Now, right here, I get Minnie's unique ability going on to the bouncy nets, and I activate it right at a specific time, right before I'm about to hit the net, and if you can do this maybe even once or even twice a race, you will get a great time guaranteed. If you get Minnie's unique skill on those bouncy nets, that is the best way to save time because those nets can really slow you down if you don't have a way to boost, and Minnie's skill is a great way to boost your way through those bouncy nets. But let's hop into Daisy's event next. So in Daisy's event, much like Minnie's, you're going to want to maintain your boost bar for as long as possible, and you can see at the start I immediately drift to fill up my boost bar because Daisy is a part of the Trickster class, and thus when you drift with her it fills your boost bar up a ton, so with Daisy you should basically be drifting the entire event. Now, I hit those two boost pads over there, but I'll get back to that on the second lap. And now when you're going through this tunnel, there's a really weird drifting pattern you do where you switch between the left and the right like I did here. But the most important part is to make sure that you end up on the right side here and don't go all the way wide to the left, because there's a really big shortcut right here where you can actually skip the grind rails on the left and right sides and jump straight to the middle one. This is kind of tricky to pull off and you need to have decent precision with your jump, but if you can pull it off, it saves a decent amount of time rather than going on the left or right grind rails, and you should always going up top on the grind rails. It's way faster than going on the bottom there and going far left like I mentioned previously. Going through this section, it's hard to keep your boost bar full, so if you run out of boost, no need to worry, you can still get a good time, but if you can keep your boost bar full there, it is ideal and it's the best way to do that section, but as you can see, I wasn't able to do it and I still got in the top 10% very easily. Now, when you get to this part here, you're going to want to hit the first boost pad on the right, keep going through, hitting the second boost pad. I try and add a little bit of drifting in there just to keep my boost going even more, and then I hit the third boost pad and then immediately jump to the left side of the track. That way you hit all three boost pads and then you go on to the track side that is actually faster. Once I get back into the tunnel, I'm doing the same weird drift pattern where I switch over to the left side and then the right side again to head up on the grind rails. I think I missed the jump here, which is okay. When using Daisy's charged ability, you're actually going to want to use the normal activation most of the time because it does give you that shield, and the charged activation doesn't really help you go any faster. Really, the normal activation is just to protect you in case some of the AI randomly hit you. It doesn't actually lose you any time, you'll just stun them back, and it'll actually fill up your boost bar a little bit. So yeah, with Daisy's unique skill, use the normal activation most of the time. And then here you go, just drifting into the finish line, and we finish with a time of 1:57. Very nice. Now, I know I just dropped a lot of information on you guys very quickly, so in summary, let me go through all of the main points. You should follow the routes that I did in the video pretty much exactly. There's a couple of little things I could have done faster, but for the most part, I went the most optimal route for both Minnie and Daisy. You should always try and maintain your boost bar as long as possible. This is the most important part of these two limited events. With Minnie, she is a brawler, so you want to focus on side bashing and stunning people in order to keep your boost bar full. And with Daisy, you should focus on drifting as much as possible to keep your boost bar full because of Daisy's high boost stat and the fact that she is a part of the Trickster class. When using Minnie's ability, whether you use the normal activation or the charged activation, it doesn't really matter. However, I prefer the charged activation because I like the shield that it gives you, and it can protect you from aggressive AIs, or if you have to run through the train or something like that. And remember, you should try and use Minnie's ability when going on the bouncy nets. With Daisy's ability, using the charged or normal activation, again, doesn't really matter. I use the normal one just to give me a shield. The charged activation doesn't do a ton unless you're stunning a bunch of people to fill your boost bar up really quickly, but as long as you're drifting with Daisy a lot, you shouldn't really need that. So that's all the main points to get top 10% in both the Minnie and Daisy cups. I hope this video is helpful and that you guys enjoyed. If it did help you out, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what your current best time is for both the Minnie and Daisy cups. But that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.